let's start by telling us
All right.
what a bond is and why should viewers consider that right now with what's going on in the market.
All right. So thank you for having us on tonight, Kalila. No, I don't want to start off, Kalila, with without educating the public on who is Barita Investments Limited, right? It's very important that people understand who it is that they're potentially going to be investing in. So Barita is a publicly traded company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. We have the distinction of being one of the oldest or one of the first stock brokerage firms in Jamaica. And it was formed by a woman in 1977, and we're a full service investment banking firm. Now, we would have come to the market right now. And what is a bond? Putting it very, 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 very simply, a bond is a loan to us and it's a loan to the issuer. So essentially what it is that you're doing, you're helping the company, and in this case, you're helping Barita to achieve its strategic imperatives through lending them money, and you in turn will benefit, right? So you will benefit from interest payments that you will gain over the period of time, whether you're going to be investing in the 2 year or the 10-year tranche. You're going to be earning money. And while you're doing that, you're helping the company to achieve its strategic imperatives, which then in turn will help you to benefit from the interest that you'll be earning.
Ah, perfect. All right. So you get to lend Barita money, or we get to lend you over at Barita money.
Yes.
And
And
how
not just lend
long?
us the money. Yeah, help us to grow, and in turn help you to benefit from the interest.
You have 7 tranches, which is quite a lot. Tell us what are tranches and what are the terms of these tranches.
Okay, so putting it very simply again, we want to ensure that investors understand, right? So a tranche is like, for example, when you go to a restaurant and you're hungry, you want food, right? And the investment options are food, right? Now, when the waiter goes and gives you a menu, or if you see a menu board, the menu board are the tranches. They are the options that are made available to you for you to potentially invest in, right? So it's pretty much a very similar term to options that will give you an opportunity to choose which one is most suitable for you, the investor. So we have tranches, we have a 2 year, we have two-year tranches in both the US and Jamaican currency. And in addition to that, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, and 10-year tranches in Jamaican currency, right? And what that is doing is giving you the option to choose what is your own investment goal, and determining and using that to help you to make that right investment decision.
So walk us through these tranches. I see they're on the screen now.
Yes, they're on the screen now. So I'm going to walk you through the tranches, or Kalila, the options, right? The options that are available to you. So option one, and that is the first one, which is all right, this is tranche two on the screen. This is the tranche two, option two, and this is a US dollar option, and this is up to $5.5 million, and we have the option to upsize. This is a 3-year option, and the coupon rate is very attractive, Kalila. It is at 7.5%. The first tranche, or the first option, this again is up to 5.5, and we'll have the option to upsize. That means if it is that we get investors who are interested and want to participate beyond the 5.5, we can go up to the $8.5 million mark. Now, this is a 2-year tranche, and the coupon rate, or the interest rate that you will earn every quarter, is 7%. Now, option three, it's a Jamaican dollar tranche. So I don't know if you want to move to option three, right? So this is a Jamaican dollar option, and this is up to 450 Jamaican dollars. And this is a very attractive rate at 7.5%, and it's a 2-year option. Option four, this is again $450 million, right? And we have the option to upsize to $700 million. The tenure is 3 years, and the coupon, or the interest rate, is 10%. Very attractive. You're not seeing some of these rates right now in the market, so these are very attractive options. Option five, this is a 5-year option, again up to 450 million. This is for 5 years, and the coupon is 10.5% per annum. Option six, it's a 7-year option, again, 450 million. So you have the opportunity to invest up to 450 million in this. And the coupon rate is 10.75%. And option 7, this is the final option, right? And this is a 10-year option. And typically you find that your institutional investors, your pension funds want to invest, or if it is that you have some long-term goals, you can invest in this option where it is that you can do up to 450 million, again, with option to upsize. And the rate is very attractive, shy of 11% at 10.9%. And so those are the options. And this is the menu, right, of investment opportunities that are geared towards any investor. So whether it is that you're just starting out on your investment journey, if it is that you are a seasoned investor, if it is that you are an institutional investor or a pension fund, based on all of the options, we have US dollar options and we have Jamaican dollar options. There, I believe there's something there for everybody.
Is best suited for me?
What option is best suited for you?
How would I know what option is best suited for me?
Okay, and that's a very good question, Kalila. So it really depends on your individual goals as an investor, right? And the truth of the matter is that you may have goals. Let's say, for example, you're going to retire, or you're investing to retire, or if it is that you're going to be investing to purchase a house, if it is that you're investing, for your children's education, or if it is that you're investing, for school for yourself, or any goal at all that you may have for yourself, any type of asset acquisition. That's what is going to help you to determine which is the most appropriate based on the tenure and the currency. And it is also very important that you also speak to your own investment advisor, and you can reach out to us at Barita Investments Limited. And what we will do, we will help you to plan and put together that investment roadmap, that wealth map, that will guide you in terms of what are some of the options out there that you need to take upon, or you need to embark upon, to ensure that you're making that right investment decision. So it really depends on your own personal goals. So Kalila, your goals might be different from mine, and therefore, let's say, for example, I'm saving towards my daughter's college education. She's going to college in about 2 years. So what is it that I'm trying to, put together for her I'm trying to invest for her education. So I might look at the 2-year or the 3-year option, right? And she might want to go to the States. So I may want to look at the US dollar option. And that is something that, we believe is a very attractive offer, and it will really and truly enhance everybody's wealth building journey.
How often do you pay interest?
Interest is paid quarterly up to maturity. And when we say maturity, that's when it is the bond itself. And remember that the bond is a capital preservation tool, so principal will be paid at maturity. So all interest payments will be made quarterly, and that's every 90 days.
And what's the minimum investment?
So the minimum investment is just 500 US dollars or 50,000 Jamaican dollars, right? We would have listened to the market. We would have done a significant amount of market reads out there, and we would have listened to how it is and what it is are some of the strategic imperatives or goals that anybody starting out their investment journey wanted, right? And we took that into consideration. That's why it is that, we have the 7 tranches, and that's why it is that we made it very affordable, at $500 and 50,000 Jamaican dollars. This is something for you to start or, help to accelerate your own wealth building journey. So yes, I think that's attractive.
Question from the audience. Kamisia wants to know, can a person invest in more than one tranche, say one USD and one JMD?
Yes. And we encourage it, right? Dependent on your own personal goals, you definitely can, partake in both or all of the tranches. So if it is that you are looking to fully diversify your investment portfolio, and you're looking for Jamaican dollar options, or you're looking for Jamaican dollar options and US dollar options, if it is that you want, you can invest in all of the tranches, all of the 7 tranches, dependent on your own personal wealth building goals.
Nice. Warrell wants to know, when is the bond offer closing?
Okay, so the bond offer opened on March 28th. So it's open right now, and it closes on, or slated to close on May 26, 2025. But the truth of the matter is that we have been going on a educational campaign. We have been talking to the market, we have been talking to investors, we have been talking to the public, and a big part of what we have been doing at Barita is a lot of education, right? And this is financial literacy, just like what you're doing, Kalila. We are trying to democratize wealth, and there has been a significant amount of interest. So what it is that I'm trying to tell the public is that at this point in time, please go to our website, go to the Jamaica Stock Exchange website, download the prospectus, have a conversation with your investment advisor, preferably your Barita investment advisor, and come out early, ask the questions, and invest early, because based on where we are, the traction has been good. People are interested, so we may close before May 26, 2025.
Don't watch the close date. May 26th, technically you have a little time, but don't watch the close date because Barita is heavy on the marketing. Philip wants to know what you're going to do with all that cash.
That's a good, yeah. That's a good question, Philip. And, this is something that we pride ourselves on, that, we are big on, and I'm putting it very simply, Philip, we are going to be essentially expanding the business, right? So when you read the prospectus, you're going to be seeing that we're going to be using a small amount to refinance some of our debts, and that's just 2%. Right, so 98% of that is essentially to help us, especially on the investment banking side of things, right? We'll have a robust pipeline of opportunities. So it creates, or it gives us some amount of dry powder. It helps us as well, to acquire, some assets out there that we want to acquire, and it's really just helping us to grow the business as we expand. And what we have been telling you over the years, that we're here to democratize wealth, and in order for us to create those wealth building opportunities, this is one of the reasons why we're doing that. In addition to that, you would have seen our financials, and we are big on ensuring that we have strong liquidity and capital in place, and this will also help to bolster that position that we already have as a business.
And finally, Therese, is this a relatively safe investment? Like, what would you say to people who are hesitant about investing right now with Barita or in bonds, or just hesitant for whatever reason?
Yeah, so Khalida, that's an excellent question, right? And the truth of the matter is that everybody is on their own wealth building journey. And it is important that we understand and we take the concerns into consideration. The Barita bond itself. So Barita, and the reason why I started out with identifying who we are and what it is that we do, is that we have been around for several years. And over the years, since the acquisition by Cornerstone in 2018, the company has transformed itself, right? And it has transformed itself for the better. Now, we would have put in place a significant amount of, I would say, strictures as it relates to putting a significant amount of emphasis on risk management within the organization, ensuring that we would have bolstered our capital. We would have ensured that we invested heavily in the human capital in the business, right? The human capital is what drives the business, helps us to see some of the opportunities that are out there. Now, in addition to that, the financial performance over the years, now focusing on risk management, focusing on having proper governance, especially now, Kalila, we can't hide from it, right? It's very important that we understand the environment in which we operate. We ensure that we're very focused on ensuring that we have strong risk management in place. In addition to that, we are here, and I'm here talking about Barita Investments Limited, and it's also very important that, yes, I'm talking about Barita, I work at Barita, but what we would have done is to get an independent assessment. And people might be familiar with Moody's and also be familiar with S&P. Now, we have our own regional credit rating agency, which is CARICRIS. And CARICRIS would have come in, and in January 2025, they would have issued Barita with an investment grade credit rating and A+ CARICRIS rating. And that is one of the fundamental. Yes, and that's one of the fundamental reasons why. So it's not us saying it about ourselves, it's somebody else independent. They would have come in, they would have done their own independent assessment on the qualitative and quantitative factors that help to drive the business. And they would have come upon and indicated that based on the strong focus on risk management, governance, the strong financial performance, the outlook in terms of how it is that we are anticipated to perform, and all of those things, the human capital, obviously, we are a strong entity. We have an A+ rating. And because of that, we believe that it is very important that, investors take the time to read the prospectus, come and talk to us, or we can come to you and you can get information about the bond. Now, it's very important. I'm seeing some of the comments in your chat, and we're not telling you that you must not invest in stocks, right? That's not what we're saying. The Barita bond provides an excellent and attractive investment opportunity for you to diversify your portfolio, right? So if it is that you're focused on capital preservation, investing in an A+ entity like Barita will help you to get there, right? So you can diversify your portfolio, invest in the dip, right? But there's some amount of uncertainty. We just spoke about it with Trump and the tariffs, right? This is something that is critical. There's a lot of uncertainty. We're not sure how it is that, it will impact us from an importing perspective, Kalila, right? A lot of the goods and services, which you mentioned in the previous section of the program, we import a lot. There are some opportunities there. There are opportunities for us to galvanize and develop the relationship with our counterparts outside of the US. Right, there are also opportunities there for us to explore, how it is that, we export bauxite and other things like that. How will we stack up against other partners there? But there's also some amount of uncertainty as it relates to tourism. How will it impact remittance flows and things like that, that can have a devastating impact on us as Jamaicans, in the investing community and the wider public. So it's very important that, especially in the times of uncertainty, that you diversify your portfolio. And we believe that the Barita bond is a right fit, and it came at the right time for you to come now and invest, have the conversations, and invest in a strong company with robust financial performance, strong liquidity, lowly leveraged. And, we have strictures in place for good governance. And of course, we have a sound and knowledgeable team, right? The human capital. So it doesn't get better than that, Kalila.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Therese. So how can people participate in this offer?
Okay, right. And that's so important, right? So you can visit our website, www.barita.com/bond, and there you'll be able to download the prospectus and fill out the application form. It's very easy. If it is that you need any help, you can reach out to your Barita advisors, as we are the lead brokers on the transaction. In addition to that, we have our selling agents, right? And we can't do it without the support of the market. And we're glad to have JN Fund Managers as our partner. We have VM Wealth Management. We have Scotia Investments. We have Jamaica Money Market Brokers. We have FHC, and we also have Proven Wealth as our selling partners. So, please feel free, educate yourself. If you're shy, come and talk to us, call us. We'll talk to you. And, as we said before, Kalila, a big part of what it is that we do at Barita, we are here to democratize wealth. And that means to make wealth accessible to everybody. And how we're doing that, we're doing it through this offer. This is an attractive offer. There are 7 tranches, and it gives everybody anywhere along their investment journey, whether it is that you are a small investor just starting out, an experienced investor, whether it is that you're a corporate entity or a pension fund, there is an option there for you.
Thanks again, Therese. All the best with the offer.
And Kalila, before you go, I think this is so important, right? Normally, people invest in bonds, but one of the big selling points as it relates to this bond is that it will be listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And normally bonds, they're not very liquid, right? Especially the private bonds, they're not very liquid, right? They're tightly held, and therefore you can't trade it. So a big part of why it is that, we are doing this as well. We're making it public so that you can actually trade the bond on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, right? So it's a public bond, and it will be traded on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So it makes it easy. So let's say, for example, you wanted to invest in a 10-year option, but something came up and you need some liquidity, you need the funds that you would have invested. You can always go to the market and trade the bond. So that is something very unique, and it's a good opportunity for persons wanting to invest.